And we're live. Greetings, friends. Welcome and happy Sunday. Miko Herptile says hello, superantonio, Sadie, and mods, and everyone. Greetings, Miko. Glad you're here, friend. J Lash with the thumbs ups. Thank you, J Lash. And Callum, shout out to Ireland, is here and says, yo, Antonio. And hello to J Lash and Miko. Welcome, friends. Appreciate you being here early. I don't know if you have seen Bone Tomahawk. It's not a supernatural Western. It is a horror Western starring Kurt Russell. Came out the same year as The Hateful Eight, and he plays basically the same character as John the Hangman Ruth. But that just might be because he has his old Kurt Russell grizzled voice and demeanor, and he's got the same mustache and basically the same personality. So that kind of I think The Hateful Eight overshadowed this movie, and which is very good in its own right. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're ready for the week coming up on the end of the month, coming up on Halloween, All Hallows Eve, coming up on somebody's birthday. What's that about? Levi the Gamer says hello, everyone, and hello, Super Antonio. Greetings, Levi, and shout out to Callum. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, friend. You spoil me. Callum with $1.99 in pounds sterling, helping towards the PS5 goal. Couldn't do it without you, friend. Thank you so much. This video is sponsored by viewers like you. Thank you, Callum. Appreciate you, friend. Callum says hi to Levi, and Miko says, hey, Levi. Levi the Gamer, what gamers are you playing? Are you excited about GTA 6? I'm not really excited about GTA 6. I will play it for the channel, but I'm not looking forward to it, and I'm prepared to be disappointed. We will be playing Sleeping Dogs, an older game, an older fighting game that looks very interesting, as soon as we finish LA Noire. And Calum says, yes, indeed, we are getting a GTA Live tomorrow. It's going to be entitled Fun with Trevor. That's basically what it's going to be about. Let's see, what was I... Okay, so I have a slideshow for you, as always. It's diminished, so we don't have to run into copyright licensing issues. David is here. Greetings, David. Great to see a friend. Hope you're feeling better. David says, there she is. Yes, David, she stayed up because she was excited to see you and your lovely wife, Chrissy B. David says, Big C, and Levi's kind of excited for GTA 6. He's been playing Red Dead 2 and NBA 2000. Okay, here we go. Bone Tomahawk, to quote Wikipedia, is a 2015 American Western film written and directed by S. Craig Zoller. In his directorial debut, starring Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, who he's a Brit. No, actually, is an American. He was in some HBO series. He was in Angels and America. The A-Team. Who did he play in the A-Team? Oh, this is what he's most famous for. This is how I know him. He's Ed Warren in The Conjuring. Matthew Fox. He's from Lost. Richard Jenkins. He's been in a bunch of shows, but I like him in The Shape of Water. Lily Simmons, don't really know who she is. Evan Jonig Keat from X-Men Days of Future Past. David Arquette, Rosanna's little brother from the Scream franchise. Zahn McLaren from, he's from Fargo and Westworld. He's Native American. And Sid Haig, who you may recall as Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses. It was produced by Jack Heller and Dallas Saunier, and the film is about a small-town sheriff who leads a posse into a desolate region to rescue 3 people who were abducted by a cannibalistic Native American clan. They're more, they've got the Native American clan. I mean, they are Native Americans, but they've kind of degenerated. They're more like troglodytes. There's one of them. They're not actually human anymore. At least that's my theory. That's my interpretation. Development of the film started when Zoller's friend and manager Saunier recommended creating film adaptations of Zoller's Western novels Wraiths of a Broken Land. Realizing that such a project could not be adapted on a low budget, Zoller opted to write a rescue Western instead. Principal photography took place in California. Shout out to David V. over a course of 21 days in October 2014. The premiere of Bone Tomahawk took place at Fantastic Fest in October of 2015. Limited release, $480,000 in theater sales and $4.32 million in home media sales against a $1.8 million budget. So it made a profit. The film received mainly positive reviews, with praise for Zoller's screenplay and direction and performances of the ensemble cast. Hop Hop, hey. She's back under the desk. Moving on to the plot. In the 1890s, brigands Purvis and Buddy encounter a Native American burial site. They are ambushed, and Buddy is canceled while Purvis escapes. Purvis reaches a nearby town, Bright Hope, and buries his loot. This movie also, it reminds me of a little bit of 30 Days of Night. It's set up the same way. Seeing this, Deputy Chicory reports him to Sheriff Franklin Kurt Russell, who interrogates Purvis. When Purvis attempts to flee, Hunt shoots him in the leg. Hunt sends the confident gunslinger John Bruder to fetch the town's doctor to tend to the leg wound. However, he fetches Samantha O'Dwyer, the doctor's daughter and assistant, who is caring for her husband Arthur, who has an injured leg. Hunt leaves Samantha in the sheriff's office with his other deputy Nick to tend to Purvis's wounds. That night, a nearby stable boy is killed. Hunt learns of the murder and, algorithm. Hunt learns of the cancellation and goes to his office, finding it empty with an arrow left behind. The professor, an educated Native American, links the arrow to a tribe that he refers to as troglodytes and locates the valley they inhabit on a map. Troglodytes, for the purpose of this for this video, are defined as a cave dweller, a human who inhabits a cave or the area beneath the overhanging rocks or cliff, and locates the valley they inhabit on a map. He warns Hunt that they are a group of inbred cannibals, Hills of Eyes, shunned and avoided by other native tribes. Certain that Samantha, Nick, and Purvis have been captured by them, Hunt forms a rescue party with Chicory and Bruder. Arthur insists on accompanying them to find his wife, despite his injury. Days into their ride, 2 strangers stumble into the rescue party's camp. They are canceled by Bruder, who fears they are scouts for a raid. The rescue party sets up a new camp, but they are ambushed by raiders who injure Bruder's horse and steal the rest. So they're trapped now. The following day, a fight occurs between Bruder and Arthur, exacerbating Arthur's leg wound. Chicory leaves him to recover while he, Hunt, and Bruder continue on foot. Reaching the valley, the rescue party are ambushed by the troglodytes. The rescuers cancel 3, but Bruder is cancelled, while Hunt and Chicory are captured. Bruder, as you Bruder was Matthew Fox from Lost. Hasn't really done anything since Lost. Anything of note, except for this movie. Hunt and Chicory are imprisoned near Samantha and Nick. She explains that the troglodytes have already canceled and eaten, I could just say cooked, Purvis. The group witnesses Nick stripped, brutally scalped, bisected alive, and then consumed. Hunt tricks several troglodytes into drinking from his liquor flask, which has been laced with opium tincture. The troglodytes throw the flask into the campfire. One expires while another becomes unconscious. Samantha estimates there are 7 remaining male troglodytes. After following his rescue party's trail into the valley, Odog's here. Greetings, Odog. He cancels 2 troglodytes and discovers they're using an animal bone in their windpipes as a whistle. Yeah, I was so scared. Such a haunting sound. He blows on it, luring another troglodyte, and then cancels him. Cloudy's here. Greetings, Cloudy. Happy Sunday. In the cave, the troglodyte leader grows angry at the poisoning. The troglodytes cut open Hunt's abdomen, shove the now heated opium flask into the wound, and shoot him. Arthur arrives and aids Hunt in canceling the leader. He frees Samantha and Chicory. A mortally wounded Hunt stays behind with a rifle, promising to cancel the remaining 3 troglodyte males when they return to prevent them from terrorizing Bright Hope. As the 3 leave the cave, they see 2 pregnant troglodyte women who have had all their limbs amputated and stakes driven into their eyes to blind them. After the party is at a distance from the valley, Arthur blows on the troglodyte whistle with no response. Later, they hear 3 gunshots in the distance. It's a lot like the Hills of Eyes, and I think I would call this a Western Hills of Eyes. Moving on to production. No, they don't really have production. Here's film. Principal photography occurred over 21 days at Paramount Ranch in California. Previously, the crew had scouted filming remains in New Mexico, Utah, and Romania. It's cheap to shoot in Romania. You don't have to deal with unions, but you do have to deal with vampires. Before filming began, experts told Zoller that shooting could take 60 days and cost $10 million. So Zoller kept a close eye on the schedule while filming and relying on staff to get the job done in a short amount of time. The actors performed their roles in the shortest amount of time possible, with one of the scenes using 2 takes. Russell also gave advice on shooting the violent scenes of the film. Kurt Russell. During filming, there were multiple firearms malfunctioning, as well as problems regarding special effects, makeup, personnel, and positioning. In order to shoot scenes with multiple characters on screen, Bone Tomahawk was shot with a Red Dragon camera at a ratio of 2:35:1. In October 2017, Zoller reflected that he did not like that camera due to it being visually noisy, which led him to switch to the Red Weapon camera in his next film, Brawl in Cell Block 99. That starred Jennifer Carpenter from Dexter. I just got Dexter season 1 on DVD. It was $2.99 at Goodwill. I'm gonna watch it at some point. Can't beat that price though, $2.99. Zoller avoids using too many close-ups in the film, remarking that most of the time you interact with people, you're not looking just at their faces from a close distance, unless you're intimate. Yeah, but that's the intimacy of the camera. You know, it's like they do that in TV a lot, where like 2 strangers or partners, are like faced like this far apart from each other, just so that each of them remain in frame. It's like you get a closeness, and also an implied intimacy between you as the viewer and the filmmakers, just because there's one of the troglodytes, just because you're seeing this face so close up. Actors, being a vain lot, want their face full and center on the screen for as much as time as possible. Bone Tomahawk is well noted for its violent scenes in the troglodytes' cave, most notably when Nick is mutilated and torn in half by the cannibals. The troglodytes' cave was shot in California and was a setting in the TV series Weeds and the movie Iron Man. Oh, that must have been where Tony Stark made the Mark I. And I got bored with Weeds, but I saw some of it because I like Mary Louise Parker. It's kind of like Breaking Bad, but for women, and with the wacky tobacco, the devil's lettuce. Zoller shows a dry presentation of violence in his films, using long shots to capture horrific violent acts on people, similar to Cannibal Holocaust. Zoller explained that violence enhances the character, stating, by showing all that violence and showing him talking the guy through it, for me, it was always a scene of strength for Sheriff Hunt to not just cower away or start blubbering. He's talking a person through the worst moment of his life. As hideous as the violence is in that scene, it's a real showing of character strength for Sheriff Hunt. He endures that and does something during those actions that most people couldn't do. Zoller did not fully focus the camera on the troglodytes, wanting to make their culture more mysterious. And the critical response, Bone Tomahawk received positive responses from critics for its acting, particularly for Kurt Russell, Richard Jenkins, and Matthew Fox. Zoller's direction and dialogue, which is stated to be a combination of The Searchers, classic Western, and various cannibal films. 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Bone Tomahawk's peculiar genre blend won't be for everyone, but its gripping performances and a slow-burning story should satisfy those in search of something different. Levi has had enough and says, "Bye, guys. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm going to the store." Okay, enjoy the remaining moments of your weekend, Levi, and I hope I see you tomorrow for GTA Live. Grand Theft Mondays, I believe we're calling it. Well, we should, yeah. Grand Theft Monday. Featuring Trevor, my favorite character. Praise was given to the story and script. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian enjoyed the mix of horror and Western genres, a sentiment that Kim Newman of Empire agreed to. Other reviewers, such as Jeanette Katsoulis of the New York Times and Tom Huddleston of Time Out London, enjoyed the comedy that was intertwined within the horror and Western elements of the film. Katsoulis stated that the quote-unquote abysmal racial politics in the film is authentic to the time period. Oh, this is interesting. Oliver Layton of IndieWire found Zoller's writing to be engaging and unhurried, and length to not be an issue. Other criticisms included Kevin Maher of The Times, comparing that the violence in the film was a copycat of Quentin Tarantino's use of brutality in his films. I think they were looking for an excuse to complain. You could also say that his use of violence was inspired or an homage to Quentin Tarantino. What's that about? At any rate, that is Bone Tomahawk for you, friends. It is, I believe David said it's available on Netflix. It comes up every now and then on Amazon Prime and Tubi. You might enjoy it. I've gotten it recommended a lot on this channel, both in the chat and in comments. Also, I got an interesting comment. I'll read it to you. I might do it. I mean, why not? It was a nice suggestion. Where is it? Where'd it go? It's by Marcelo Bernardi. And he said, "Hey there, friend. I'm a big fan of your horse-related videos. Thank you, Marcello. If you're ever taking fan requests, I'd love to see an update on your top 10 for Arthur and John, or a top 10 of unattainable horses, gang horse, online exclusives, Boadicea, etc. Anyway, thanks for the great content. Yeah, I mean, there's 3 videos there. And the top 10 horses for Arthur and John, those are some of the best, can't say best-selling videos, but, you know, they're the most popular videos. That's a better phrase. Yeah, so yeah, we can do that. Why not? Why the heck not? Cloudy played left field. Cloudy, my friend, I hate to tell you, but you are still in left field. Ha ha ha! Not really. It's a bad pun, and I apologize. What are you guys talking about? Football? No, baseball. Cloudy says my favorite team is the Blue Jays. And he enjoyed Weeds. It's been forever since I watched. Yeah, I like that actress, Mary Louise Parker. It's available on Amazon Prime. I tried to watch it, but I couldn't get into it. Rock says, I love baseball. I won my 3rd straight fantasy baseball league last month. First place cup, 3rd year in a row. The teams are Yankee and the Braves, the home team. And Cloudy used to play back in middle school and high school. And Odok says, goodness, I can't stand them. Oh, the Blue Jays? Though I admit, Guerrero Jr. was my first baseman, but I had Judge and Ozuna too. Drafted in all 3. Yeah, the Japanese are really good at baseball. What's that about? They really enjoy that sport. Also golf. Odok says, I played up till high school. Wish I'd kept at it. I was good. Switch hitter, natural lefty, and a natural second baseman. And David says, I was one of them. I'm not sure what you are one of, David, but I agree you are one of them. Odok says, caught extremely well, had a mean glove, but I was a big boy and flat-footed, so I was a natural infielder. And Cloudy, I apologize, Cloudy. It comes from a place of love. Callum says, you gotten up to too much today, Antonio. Yes, I did. Yes, indeed I did, Cloudy. Or Callum. What did I do? I saw my sister and my aunt and my nephew. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. And I had half of a bacon cheeseburger and a Diet Coke and some pumpkin cheesecake. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. But it's like, it took up all my morning and afternoon, or like early afternoon, so I didn't get a workout in other than you can't really count the dog walk. So it just messed up my schedule for the afternoon because I had to get my cardio in to burn off that cheesecake, to even everything out. But, it was fine. It was worth it. It's like, I love, the Cheesecake Factory is one of my favorite restaurants. I don't know if they have the Cheesecake Factory in Ireland, but if you ever go to Vegas, Callum, I highly recommend going to the Cheesecake Factory. It is a factory of cheesecake, more or less. Cloudy says, Giants because I live close to San Francisco, but I just hate them, LOL. So, yeah, I had to do my cardio. I had to get that in, and I did that right before the stream. And that's probably why I'm so hyped up. Odok says, I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I was raised up that way some, but Atlanta is the southeastern team where I am now. So one is my American League and one is my National League team. Callum says, me and my family went to the Cheesecake Factory a few times during our holiday in Las Vegas. The spaghetti was very good, and so was the cake. It was unbelievable. Yeah, my only complaint, you've heard of shrinkflation. It's like the plates are the same size, but the portions have really diminished. Even, I really like the bread that they give, the free bread or the complimentary bread, the brown bread. And even like the bread baskets are smaller, and the baguettes are smaller as well. In circumference, in a dog, in girth. I am going to make a video on me and Sadie's adventures with the bath lady object. Speaking of girth, I've just been assembling all the pieces, and I downloaded that part of the Free Roam Fridays or Bad Honor Fridays. Yeah, they have great hamburgers, Callum. They use black Angus beef, and I can recommend pretty much anything on that menu. Honestly, I believe I've had everything on that menu. But usually I'll just get a hamburger because I don't really eat hamburgers on my own. But if you've already been to Vegas, Callum, you should go somewhere else in America. Incidentally, 13 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. If you are in America, regardless of if you vote or not or who you're voting for, I want all of you to be careful and conscious of your surroundings that weekend before November 4th and the days following, because regardless of who wins, there's going to be civil unrest. And so you just got to be careful and aware of your surroundings, because try not to be around crowds. And unless you want to, maybe you do want to throw bricks and burn stuff, and I wish you wouldn't, but I guess you want to be, you want to engage in mostly peaceful protesting. I guess that's your right as an American citizen. It's not. But yeah, be careful, friends. I mean it. I sincerely think there's going to be problems. But that's about as political as I want to get tonight. Calum says, glad you had a good day out with the family, though we should always cherish those times as long as we're alive. Yeah, I had fun. It was good seeing him. I don't see him enough. Sadie really enjoys seeing my sister. When I was living, me and the dog were living at my parents' house for that year that we were renovating it. My sister lives very close, within walking distance. And so she would come over every day at noon to walk the dog. And Sadie just loved that because she got 3 walks a day, because I walk her in the morning and the evening. And so she'd get a noonday walk as well. And so she's very affectionate and bonded with my sister. And so I always like saying in the morning that we're going to see her that to the dog that I have a surprise for you and you're going to really enjoy it. Calum says, I'd love to go somewhere such as Alaska or San Francisco, as I've always heard it's nice there, and the 49ers are also the owners of Leeds United, the football team I support. I had no idea. Well, Callum, that's David's favorite team, the 49ers. And technically, the 49ers is the channel team. So I guess we can have Leeds as a channel team as well. Leeds United. What else in channel news? I have, what was he out? Callum says Red Bull are now shareholders also. Red Bull gives you wings. What's that about? I'll tell you, one of the times, I used to enjoy a good drink or even a bad drink. I used to tie one on in my wicked youth. But it's just that rock and roll lifestyle. And I hesitate to tell you this, but I went to we were at this one bar, me and my friends, and they had Red Bull vodkas for like, it was like Red Bull vodka happy hour for like $4 a shot or something like that. And so, I just like slapped down to 20, and we're like, I'll just line up 5 of those, my good sir. And I got so drunk and buzzed. It was like a quiet night. It was like Lenny. So I remember like staggering out into the night and looking up at a street light, and the light was vibrating and buzzing, and I could see it and hear it, and I told my friend, and I believe it to this day, and that's how I would explain it. But I said, this is what it feels like. I said, this is what special medicine gum feels like. And don't ask me how I know what special medicine gum feels like. That's an entirely different story. And that's, yeah, I don't do that either. I don't do anything. I eat cheesecake and ice cream now. Callum loves a Red Bull vodka. I wish I could have been there for $4 a shot. Yeah, it was very enjoyable, but I don't think I'd ever have them again. Now my favorite drink of choice, which I hardly ever get, is a rum and Coke with a splash of Kahlua, a dash of Kahlua. In fact, you could just wave the Kahlua bottle over it. But I want that much Kahlua in there. And Callum has been there. Yes, well, you are a young lad, Callum, and you can take it. How's your lovely wife, Chrissy, David? I hope she's doing well. Send her my love, our love, the channel love. 15 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. We're just kind of hanging out. We were talking about Bone Tomahawk, but now we're talking about vodka Red Bulls. Calm says, would have put down a good 35, maybe upwards of 20 if I'd had a big meal beforehand. Yeah, it was such a good price that I couldn't help myself. Mama One is here and Papa One. Everyone say hi to Mama One and Papa One. Greetings, Mama One, Papa One. Happy Sunday to both of you. Papa One says, we just got home from Terrifier 3. Art the Clown. I think it's fascinating, Art the Clown. It's been a long time since there has been a horror icon as that's going to be as iconic as Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers. Like from, and Ghostface. After Ghostface, everything was a remake until Art the Clown. And I like him. I like Art the Clown a lot. And I will see Terrifier 3 at some point. But Cloudy says, Super Antonio, have you made a live stream about the Ballad of Buster Scruggs movie? I should, Cloudy. That is a great movie. I really enjoy that. And I'm going to make a note of it. Make a note of that. Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I like that director. It's a team. The Coen brothers. Just like the Matrix Wachowski twins. They're not twins. They used to be the Wachowski brothers. And then they became the Wachowskis. And now I believe they're called The Wachowski sisters. And they are very handsome women. Papa One says Buster Scruggs part of the movie is hilarious. Yeah, the singing cowboy. That actor, Tim, I forget his last name, Reed maybe? His name is Tim, who plays Buster Scruggs, was in another favorite Coen Brothers movie of mine, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Where Art Thou? Which also has a lot of music in there, a lot of singing. Mama One says, it wasn't too scary to me, but gory and wonderful. Yeah, Art is very charming. I mean, and it's a completely silent role. He's more like, it's like, and I know that actor has had mime training. But it's more like a silent movie with horrifying violence. Sam Harrison, greetings, Sam, says, how's it going, Super Antonio? I haven't seen you in a while. And I thought I would come in and check out a live stream. Well, I appreciate you being here, Sam. I've been doing quite well, thank you. And we're live, mostly, the schedule is right up here. So mostly Fridays through Mondays with a Western Wednesdays where we do movie night. We did a movie tonight. Sinister Sundays is usually just a wild card dealer's choice where we do true crime, ghost stories, sometimes scary movies. We're going to do a lot of scary movies because it's a Halloween. And then Grand Theft Auto on Monday. The Bad Honor full game commentary on Friday. And then LA Noire on Saturday. But I'm glad you're here, Sam. And I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you're ready for the week. Papa One says, Callum, Mama One always drags me to scary movies. I enjoy some of them, but she's obsessed. Mama One, I am as well. It's one of my favorite genres, include that and science fiction. I wonder if that's true crime related for you. Callum says, yes, I've heard it's very gory. I need to give it a watch myself. Well, you need to watch Terrifier 1 and 2 first, Callum. Or you won't understand. Or you won't understand what's going on in Terrifier 3. No, you can watch any of them. But I would watch Terrifier 3 just because Art the Clown's character is fully developed. You could make an argument that Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig's character from Rob Zombie character from House of a Thousand Corpses became an iconic post-Freddy horror icon or horror star, but not really. Not like Art. And I like how Art is, like Freddy Krueger and he's kind of supernatural. He's got like supernatural elements to him, but it's like, and even Jason and Michael Myers, in the sense that they cannot be canceled, and they just keep coming back. They keep coming back to life. That's that's basically supernatural. Though Rob Zombie did try to like give a physical or a scientific explanation why he's that way. He can't feel pain. At any rate, yeah. So it combined. Art the Clown combines the best aspects, and I use the term best loosely, of like of the classic 80s horror icons, and I'm very pleased that we were able to, as an American, in American cinema, to come up with an original new character. So I don't have to stop. I don't have to keep watching all these old movies and the remakes. Mom once says it's way better than part 2, Terrifier 1. Yeah, but I love that girl in Terrifier 2. The one who plays like the Viking angel. Such pretty eyes. What's her name? Terrifier 2. I think she's in Lauren Lavera. That's a horror icon name. Played Serena Shaw. Callum says, LOL, Papa One, she's got good taste, at least in genres. I hope you enjoyed the movie. Miko says, hi to Sam. Papa One says, I'm doing well. Took care of the chores today. I told Mama One, let's go on a movie date. You choose. Art the Clown is really cool to me. He's horrible, but I kind of want to drink a cold beer with him. He's charming. He's like Trevor in that sense. He's brutal but charming. And Sam Harrison said, Bone Tomahawk is great, but is a great but brutal movie. Yes, indeed, it is. And Sam says, Miko, how's it going? And Mama One says, I pretty much have to see every horror film. And Callum says, hopefully a cold beer would get a few words out of Art the Clown. I'd say it might work. And Papa One says, LOL, Art is so sadistic but so chill. I mean, I know he would cancel me, but I kind of would be down to go to a bar first. And Callum says, I tend to love the Texas Chainsaw movies. The 2003 one, that's the one with Jessica Biel. Woof. Is one of my favorite out of all of them. 1974 was good, but too many jump scare moments for me. And Mom One says, yes, Callum, those two remakes are better than the original. And Callum wants to know what's everyone's favorite horror movie. I enjoyed the Dawn of the Dead remake from 2004 with Zack Snyder. The Thing, which is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982, maybe. That's technically a remake, and I love that. Odak says, can't stand the horror genre. Was cool as a kid, though. I am thinking about collecting horror action figures. But I want to start with the big three, the universal big three, Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Mummy. And then I want the 80s big three, Michael, Jason, and Freddy. Calm says, I agree, Mama One. I think the 2003 one had it all. I really enjoyed the ending, especially the final jump scare from Leatherface. It got me good. Odak says, the original scary movie because it made fun of all of them. Yeah, those scary movies, the scary movie series, not scary at all. They should call it funny movie. What's that about? Calum says, I might give that a watch, Antonio. I always like finding new horror movies. I prefer like analog effects, what you get in the Terrifier series. You know, I'm not impressed with in-camera CGI. Though I do enjoy the Paranormal Activity series, and they use a lot of CGI in that, especially towards the end. I mean, towards the later ones. I think they're still making Paranormal Activities. Mama One says, Texas Chainsaw 2003 and 2006 I saw. And the Saw series, because my son and me were obsessed, LOL. I remember when he was like 12, I bought tickets for him and his crush. She was horrified. I was sitting away. Yeah, I believe I've seen all the Saw movies and all the Hostel movies that came out around the same time, and they're okay. I mean, but I prefer a supernatural horror movie rather than like a true crime canceller running berserk. That's why I enjoy American Horror Story so much, because it's it's long format because it's a series, and it's usually supernatural. Cloudy says, can't think of a favorite horror film, but I watched a movie called A Quiet Place and I loved it. Yeah, that's more of a science fiction horror film. Alien from 1976 or 7, another favorite one. Sam Harrison watched Howl, really good werewolf movie, Trapped on a Train. I've seen that one. Sam Harrison, trapped on a train in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by werewolves. Another one, if you enjoy werewolves, is Dog Soldiers, where a special forces team, SAS. They're trapped in Scotland and are menaced by werewolves, but they're on a training exercise, and they do not have live ammo. And also, they're traditional werewolves. You need silver. Calum says, would have to agree with you on that one, Mama One. The Texas Chainsaw movies will always have my heart. And Calum says, you're a good wing woman, Mama One. Also enjoyed True Blood on HBO, except for the last season, which falls apart. I believe I have all of those except for the last season on DVD. Speaking of Dexter on HBO, I just got season 1 of Dexter, Mama One. Found it at Goodwill for $2.99. So I'll watch it at some point. I don't have any burning desire to watch it right now, but at some point I will want to watch it. And I'd rather have it not want to watch it than want to watch it and not have it. And Mama One says, I do my best. It's one of my favorite quotes from Arthur that did not make it into the list. Papa One says, yes, Callum, me and Mama One watch it often. I love R. Lee Ermey. I've always been upset because R. Lee Ermey was a drill instructor in Hollywood in San Diego Marines. I trained there in 1967. He got stationed somewhere else, probably. There in 1968, about 7 months later. Full Metal Jacket. Stanley Kubrick. Sam Harrison says, Chronicles of the Ghostly Tribe. Really good Chinese mythology demonology movie. I don't know that one. I do enjoy a good Kung Fu Chinese ghost story. I saw a really good one. I can't recall the title of it. But it was in this apartment building that was haunted, of course. And the ghosts would, take over your body, and then you could naturally do Kung Fu. And so what they did was they got all these, older, Asian martial arts stars, not like Jackie Chan, just like, this is a Hong Kong movie, but you'd see this, little old lady with a walker, and then the ghost would take over her, and she's like, ha ha ha, because she's got 70 years of training, and she's actually in incredible shape. She just looks old. It was really clever and fun to watch. Papa One would have loved to have been trained by R. Lee Ermey. Sadie's here, Mama One. And Sam, have you met the dog? Our co-host? She's under the desk most of the time. Say hi to Mama One and Sam, and thank Callum for the supery dupery. Callum says, my most underrated favorite horror film is The Visit. Oh yeah, that's by M. Night Shyamalan. It's two kids going to see their grandparents, but it turns out they were canceled by two old mental asylum escapees. And the scary side only comes when they realize that. Yeah, it's a kindly old couple that they don't realize is not their grandparents. Mom One says, I need to see that, Callum. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan is he's very hit and miss with his series, with his movies, and I kind of resent that he does cameos. I don't, there's a lot of hubris involved in doing a cameo in your own movies, and only certain people can get away with it. Quentin Tarantino being one of them. Alfred Hitchcock, of course, because he invented it. Mama One says, hey, Sadie, say hi to Mama One. Look how sad she is focused on the potent canine treats that she never gets enough of. Callum says, I always had you thinking what's going to happen next. I was on the edge throughout most of the film, or for the visit. And Sam says, Train to Busan, can't go wrong with Korean zombie horror. I agree, Sam. That is a great movie. And Sam said you were a sweet puppy. See, you make friends everywhere you go. Callum says, I've watched it, Cloudy, but I cannot remember it too well. Definitely a good, eerie movie, though. This is a nice discussion for October, for Halloween. I don't really have any Halloween movie traditions. Like, I like to watch, except for one movie, Trick, because I watch horror movies all year long. But I like Trick or Treat, which is it's relatively modern. It's from 2007, and it's an anthology film that, I have on Blu-ray, but I have a lot of horror movies on Blu-ray, but I watch them all year long. But this is one that I exclusively watch during Halloween. Let me see if I can wing it real fast. But it's 4 stories that are linked by this one character. His name is Sam. I gotta find an image that is large enough. Size, large. Okay, let's add image. Oops, sorry. Let me change that. There's Sam. What happened? Now, irritatingly enough, it replaced our background. What's that about? So anyways, yeah. And you'd think that he's just a little kid with a scary mask. That he goes from like house to house and he passes by, like the characters of the next story. Okay. But he's the inner-licking one. And he's smashing pumpkins, and he's a little bit, it's like you don't know what he's up to. But he's got like a skull pumpkin head under that. I'm spoiling for you. I apologize. Under that mask. But yeah, but he's really cute. For most of the movie, he's just like a little kid. Okay, let's get rid of that. And there, back in business. Cloudy says, "Oh, I remember that film." Oh, good, Cloudy. So, yeah, I watch it every Halloween. Papa One says, M. Night Shyamalama rather makes a great blockbuster or he makes the worst disaster since Chernobyl. I agree. And Callum says, Mama One, you should check out the Dark Pictures anthology games. They're some of the scariest games on console. Interesting. Which you can play with a friend. I think you and Papa One would enjoy them. And Mama One says, my son says he will never forgive M. Night Shyamalan for what he did to The Last Airbender. And Callum says, they may be in sale due to it being the month of Halloween. Callum says, my favorite one was The Devil in Me or Man of Medan. Either one of those are the best of the first season of the game so far. And Sam says, I always play Bloodborne and watch Silver Bullet. Oh, that's a great movie. Gary Busey, Corey Haim, and the motorcycle wheelchair, The Silver Bullet. Yeah, another werewolf movie. Sam Harrison, you have a werewolf obsession. What are you like during full moons? Are you watching? I mean, how are your palms? Sam, even a man who is pure in heart, who says his prayers at night, may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the moon is silver and bright. That's from the classic one, Lon Chaney. Where are we? Miko says, Sadie and I are feeling sleepy. Oh, yeah, she's had enough. She had a very busy day, Miko. She met family, played with a lot of dogs, didn't have enough potent canine treats. Cloudy says, Until Dawn is a good horror game. And Miko says, look at her fighting to stay awake. Yeah, she knows something's going to happen. She always wants to be included. Mama One says, I played Until Dawn. It was good, but the multiple endings threw me off. And Mama One says, Sadie wants more potent canine bait. Yeah, I suppose so. Why the heck not? I always tell her, it's like we have a live stream, so you need to we need to stay up for it just a tiny bit more. It's potent canine bait, Mama One, not regular canine bait. She turns up her nose. Well, no, she doesn't. She doesn't turn up her nose at anything. Sam Harrison, I don't know if you've seen True Blood, which is a vampire series on HBO. It's a little bit romantic. It's based on a series of books that was written for women, and it's very female centric. But there's a lot in there for males as well, for the male viewer. But the second season of True Blood focuses on werewolves, and I bet you would enjoy that, since you are werewolf obsessed. Calm says, yes, Mama One, it has a lot of endings, but a very good game. I heard they're possibly making a movie on the game. Mama One says, what time does she normally go to bed? Around this time. But she will she gets one burst of energy after the afternoon walk. And then after that, she just kind of winds down. Calum says, I read something about it on Twitter and seen a few things on YouTube. It might not be right, but it'd be awesome to see a movie made on the game. Well, friends, that's about all I have for you tonight, though I do have a little video you can watch if you want to hang out and talk amongst yourselves. If I can find it. Here we go. Shout out to the mods, Papa One and Mama One, and O-Dog, my friend, David and Chrissy V, and Absent and Miko, Herptile. Shout out to the Philippines, Absent friends, Serena and Marco. Sam Harrison, thanks for being here. Appreciate you, friend. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'm sorry you missed the Bone Tomahawk section and you were just here for the Hangout section. Callum, thank you for the super chat. Couldn't do it without your friends. We shall return on Monday for Grand Theft Mondays. On Mondays, we Grand Theft, at least for now. Thank you, friends. Like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called...
Hey, Molly, where's Dutch?
Well, however it goes.
I'm not sure all that line of thought serves you and me very well.
That's because, Cowpoke, you are a man of profoundly limited intelligence.
No doubt.
Well, you and the old man and Dutch have been running around, digging us ever deeper into shit. Old Mr. Pearson might have gone and lightened the load a little. Pearson! Ain't you curious?
I guess.
Gentlemen.
Dutch, you tell him, fat man.
It's peace, Dutch. The O'Driscolls. I mean, I think there's a way.
What on earth are you talking about?
Get the words out properly, fat man.
I met a couple of the O'Driscoll boys on the road in the town, and things were about to get ugly. But you know how I am in a fight, huh? Like a corner tiger. Anyway, somehow it didn't, but we got to talking, and they suggested a parlay to end things. Like gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Combe O'Driscoll. Have you lost your minds?
You're always telling us, Dutch. Do what has to be done, but don't fight wars ain't worth fighting.
They want a parley? It's a trap.
Well, of course, it's probably a trap, but what do we got to lose finding out?
Get shot.
We ain't getting shot because you'll be protecting us. It's a trap, you shoot the lot of them. If it ain't a trap, that's slim chance.
I don't see the point in any of this.
It's a chance you gotta take.
I killed Combs' brother. A long time ago. Then he killed a woman I loved dear.
As you say, it's a long time ago, Dutch.
Let's go. You and me, with Arthur protecting us, no one else.
What about me?
This ain't the time for tigers, my friend.
Fine.
Mount up then, Morgan.
All right, girl.
Let's go then.
Yeah.
You know, I've been fighting Combe for so long now, I can barely remember a time when it was different.
You're still fighting him now. Make no mistake of that.
Here he goes, Doubting Thomas. Is there any plan you ain't sour on?
Well, maybe you're right. Just nervous. Let's not waste any more lives needlessly.
I ain't costing lives here. I'm saving them. What did you say? We had Pinkertons coming after us?
Because of Blackwater?
And Leviticus Cornwall and his private army. Then, who knows when this local hillbilly thing will come to a head, Can we really afford to be fighting on all these fronts? And O'Driscoll.
There is wisdom in that.
I hope so, gentlemen, but like I said, I'm nervous.
Look, you ain't even going to be the one in danger. We'll get on over there, find a nice perch for you to settle into. You got that rifle, don't you?
Yeah.
Then me and Dutch walk right in to the lion's den. With you to cover us,
Okay. Just keep calm, unless I give you a reason not to.
Oh, we'll be fine. We got you.
I will do my best.
Oh, my dear and trusted friend. With you watching over me, I would walk into hell itself.
As would I. Hey, up there. Men on the ridge.
O'Driscoll's, from the look of them.
I don't like having eyes on us.
We're close. You'll be the eyes soon enough. Maybe he's right, Dutch. Maybe I have pushed too hard. Got us in a situation I see all those mouths we gotta feed, and I dream too big, caring too much. That's my problem.
Caring too much.
Got a funny way of expressing yourself.
There's no such thing.
This is horse shit from both of you.
It might be. Micah might be full of shit. Colm O'Driscoll might be full of shit. The promise of this great nation. Men created equal. Liberty and justice for all. That might be nonsense too, but it's worth trying for. It is worth believing in. Can't you see that, friend?
I don't know.
Try. All I ask is you try.
All right, cowpoke. You're gonna peel off up ahead. We'll be meeting down on the plain. Find a spot just above us where you can keep an eye on things.
All right, all right. However this shakes out, let's aim to meet back at the fork in the road afterwards.
We'll be there, partner.
Yeah.
Hello, Dutch. It's been a while.
Sure.
So, how's your gang doing? They still believing in you? Better world. Pure world. Hmm? How's that coming along?
Just fine.
How's that score you stole off us?
Which one?
Oh, I like that. It's like I said, this is a charismatic leader. A lot of heat on us this time. Both of us. Whole heap of trouble. They offered me a price, Dutch, to bring you in.
Why didn't you take it?
Well, still might.
I am sorry about your brother.
Yeah, well, I never liked him much.
I liked Annabelle.
You always loved the ladies, Dutch Vanderlyn. I like that about you.
What are we doing here, Colm? Is this thing over?